He would often talk about how he was part of this burlesque troupe, Viva and the Velvet Hearts. And I'd heard the term burlesque before, but I didn't really know what it was. I'd seen some kind of expressions of it in movies, but the first time I really saw it live was when he said, and we actually have somebody from our troupe here performing tonight, and she did a number to, her name was Strip Poker, and she did a number to If You Got It, Flaunt It from the producers. And I was like, and not only was it, typically with drag, you do some moving around, you do a lot of engaging with the audience, but there was an added component of reveals, which is the term in burlesque for taking off clothing. And I was like, wow, I'd never seen this before, especially, and it wasn't like an overtly sexual thing, it was more just a way to play around with gender. It was a very affirming experience. And it had a comedic element to it, which a lot of burlesque typically is supposed to be funny, which, like when you think you're going to reveal it all, and then over your breasts you have these pasties with these tassels and you're flipping around. They usually have gems on them, and sometimes they're shaped like different funny things. So it's supposed to be really funny and kind of crazy, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I really want to do this, which is maybe like a weird thing to say, but like, I don't know, it just totally meshed with my queer politics, and it felt very empowering to me. My family's actually pretty liberal, I guess, but they never expected, I don't think, to have a son who grew up to be genderqueer who's a burlesque gender performer. They know that I do burlesque, and they kind of know what it entails, which is basically stripping as an art form, if you will, and I don't think that they're supportive. They don't want to stop me from doing it, but they're not fans of it. My grandmother said she might come to a performance, and she's great, she's really awesome. And I was like, yeah, Grandma, I'm gonna sing an old jazz standard, and it's gonna be an old Julie London song, it's gonna be great. And I told her, and there's gonna be some reveals in it, and I explained to her that meant that I was gonna be taking things off, and she was all about it.